Hello everyone, welcome back to PÖFF TV studio once again. I'm Amin and we are right here in Tallinn, Estonia, right in the heart of the Black Nights Film Festival. Today we have another film, another journey, another trip. Out of Control, the name of the film, and the director Anne Leni is here with us to talk about the process of the film that she had brought to our festival. So Anne, how are you doing today?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Okay, how do you like Tallinn?
Oh, it's lovely.
It's lovely.
Yes,
All
I'm
right,
looking
I agree
forward
with you.
to see more of it.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So you need to do that actually. All right, so let's uncover about your film, Out of Control. But let's keep it in the control. So for first, I would like to know that how did you get the idea of the film?
Well, I generally don't get one idea. It's several ideas that are floating in my mind at a certain moment. I can see how I can tie them up together, and then the writing of the film begins.
Oh, right.
I wanted to talk about love, but not generally in films. You talk about the encounters or the divorce, the beginning of love or the end of love. And I wanted to be in the middle, the story of a marriage. And I also wanted to do a thriller.
Okay, so it's like a combination of tied-up ideas.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So it makes it more interesting to uncover. So let's see what is happening over there actually. So the theme of the film is mostly trust and betrayal, some sort of around. So could you please tell us how the film actually encouraged this sort of thing?
I think that unfortunately lie and betrayal are part of our lives on different levels. Of course, here it's on a rather climatic level, but also when you talk about a marriage that lasts for a while, it means that some things have been swept under the carpet. And I wanted to deal about it, and also to do a kind of domestic thriller. Violence occurs, things happens, but still you still have to do the laundry, to fill the fridge, to bring the kids to school. And this was all about this.
Exactly. Okay. So, but we'll go a bit forward and see, so we have this sort of commitment and marriage. There's so much expectation in the society about that. Like always, there's so many different ideas, different point of views. But tell me that how your film actually explored this sort of notions and this sort of ideas that surrounds this sort of commitment and marriages. How the film actually explores it.
Well. This marriage in this film is based on the idea that one of the two loves more than the other. She wanted she loved this man, and she could get him only once his heart was broken by another one. And this balance, I think, also is was interesting for me at least, and how the balance will change during the film, because dramatic things happens, an affair happens, not exactly the one you could think would have an affair, and it's also how on the long term love varies, and it's like a tide. Sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down, and also the relation of who is the strongest also may change in a marriage.
True. You pointed out the great thing that sometimes love is in the climax, sometimes it's down, and we have it also in the story, of course. But the thing that I'm gonna ask is point of view, the casting. So you have a great casting, basically the actors that they have sort of chemistry in both dimension of the climax of the love and the other part of which they have some problems in that love. So how the process of the casting went, and what were your expectations for these two people that you would actually get for these two roles, which they are basically making the main picture of your film?
Well, there is the couple, and it has to be a steady couple. You have to believe in the couple. So it was nice to have Omar Sy, who was interested in talking about marriage, because he's married for a very long time, and how a family works. A family is an entity in a way with its own life, and it was interesting to have Omar, who is a very outspoken person, very bright, with a lot of charisma, to act in a very on a lower key in this part, but it also gives him an energy, even he's in a lower key. He has this
personal
this
skill,
very outspoken personality, and it was also interesting to have Elodie Bouchez, who always an actress full of sensibility and in a more fragile image, but in fact she has this kind of strength which is not so visible, but that allows her to endure and to win in the end. So it was very interesting also that in a way the husband is the more charming one, and that the lover is quite unexpected. It is not the cliche of the lover who is doing surf or has this beautiful tan body or so on. And it was also nice to have Vanessa, who's the ex-girlfriend of Omar, and broke his heart in the past. And of course, Vanessa Paradis has such a sex appeal and an incredible charm. No woman would like to have Vanessa as the ex of her husband. So all these energies together, I thought were doing a kind of potentially explosive mixture.
That's pretty interesting. So basically, you took the sort of real things, and then you used those sort of real intentions that people have together, and you used it as something that you could actually explain and give that sort of explanation and get the act you wanted. That's wonderful. That's a great job. Okay, and let's go a bit further and talk about that. Before getting the idea to the existence, basically, you were writing it, right? So in terms of like a screenwriting, was there any part that you have changed? You thought that, okay, maybe this way is better, and maybe this way that the story goes, it makes it more a thriller, make it more dramatic. Did you have such a moment, such a thing that you changed in the a script, or no?
Yes, of course it changes. You have an idea of what you will do, and then you begin to build your characters. And in my cinema, the characters are what are the most important. Starships do not explode in my films, so everything is based on the characters. And when you begin a story you may think that, then she will do this or that, and at a certain moment you realize that the way you depicted her, she cannot act like this, and you have to take it in consideration. And then afterwards, when I have chosen the actors, I also change things because they inspire me, and I think, with this actor I can go further in this direction. He will bring this, he will bring that. And it's also a discussion with the actors.
Okay, all right. And for the question before wrapping up, is I chose this question that if you had this possibility to go back in time, and you would have this possibility also to remove or add something to your film, what would be that scene? Or you wouldn't even touch it?
Oh, yes, of course, there are things I would change or maybe redo again. There is nothing that I would withdraw. What I had to withdraw, I did it. But it's not so much the film wouldn't be longer, but there are moments. During the shooting, I had 3 tempests, a lot of rains, and there are moments I wouldn't have needed more time, and so there is one scene.
There's one, two scenes.
I would reshoot with more time.
All right. Thank you so much. It was a very, very good pleasure and opportunity for me and also audience to see and hear about what is happening in the Out of Control. It was wonderful. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you.
And thank you so much once again for watching us, supporting us, and following us. Till another interview. Peace out.